welcome to UC Today. I'm Tom Wright and I'm delighted to be joined by Sean from Simy. How's it going, Sean? It's great to have you.
Hi Tom, great to be here.
Yeah, we've got a really interesting topic today. We're going to be looking at security with a particular focus on Microsoft. But to set the scene, I wonder if you could talk through some of the biggest challenges organizations are facing when it comes to cybersecurity at the moment.
Absolutely. So at the moment, there are two major challenges that our clients are seeing at the moment. That is confidence and understanding around cybersecurity. With ever-growing threats out there in the wild, things like artificial intelligence making attacks easier, things like hacking as a service available on the dark web, as well as state actors being more active. It's about being a lot more confident in your solution. It's about do you have the confidence that the solution that you're purchasing is doing as it says, and how do we back that confidence up with evidence? How do we look around the telemetry, look around the information from our security provider and ensure that we are protected? There are risks to your brand. There are financial implications if there is no cybersecurity in place. So yeah, it's a hot topic at the moment.
Yeah, there's obviously some quite scary things out there and some quite big implications if you get caught by something. So I just wonder how the challenges you mentioned there are helping people shape their security strategy, or perhaps making them change their approach to security.
Yeah, so the first challenge that we see is fully understanding their own cybersecurity platform. Do they know every aspect of their own estate? So traditionally, we looked at EDR, or your endpoint, as well as email. There are long-standing security solutions around those, and they've been around for a few decades. But there are other attack vectors, things such as your SaaS solutions. There are a lot more of those out there. Things like your IoT, your smart devices, your printers, your intelligent TVs, those kind of things, as well as your identity platform. Is that secure? Is it protected? So there are also a lot of challenges around things like cyber insurers, apologies. So cyber insurance, as well as things like governing bodies, Cyber Essentials Plus, those kind of things, are now more stringent on their requirements. They want evidence that those requirements are being met by your business. So they're pretty key at the moment as well. One of the key things as well is that the minimum is not enough anymore. So historically, you were able to just go and buy an off-the-shelf product, install it, and you say you were done. Unfortunately, now you need to have that full understanding, and you can't just do the bare minimum anymore.
Great. So let's move on to talk specifically about Microsoft now. Could you go through kind of how Microsoft has developed its security portfolio over the last few years?
Absolutely. So historically, Microsoft was not actually very good at security. If you go back 15 years or so, their security offering was considered not very good. Definitely not an enterprise level security tool. So this led to an ethos from a legacy perspective that you had to develop a multi-vendor solution. You had to go and buy your male hygiene product. You had to go and buy your AV solution, and you went to different vendors for each of those. That legacy thinking is still around to this day. You fast forward today, so over the last 10 years, Microsoft have been acquiring security businesses and been developing their security portfolio. So it's estimated they spend around $1 billion per year on cybersecurity and their security stack. And that really is reflected if you look at the industry researchers out there, so things like the Gartners, the Forresters, and it really does show, if you look at their reports, how their investment is just great in today's cybersecurity world.
And how is that kind of the growing portfolio from Microsoft in security changing enterprises' focus and approach to security?
So Microsoft specifically have got a great unified stack. It's a simplified management portal. all through a single pane of glass, a single logon, single RBAC model, so you're not needing multiple logons, multiple MFAs for multiple solutions. Everything is pulled together, and the keyword here is around native integration. So most businesses are Microsoft houses. You have to have a Microsoft OS, Microsoft email solution. So the Defender product pulls that all together into a single solution, easy to deploy. You don't need multiple agents, you don't need custom parsers, you don't need a specialized skill set. This is it's a single unified approach, and it's really good. Perfect for day-to-day management. You get advanced protection out of the box, but you can also turn on features here and there, and in each one of those increases your security posture. So a great model to start with and to grow with.
Great. So let's talk about a bit about what Simy is doing in this area. How are you kind of advising organisations to approach some of this Microsoft technology, and what are you doing to help them sort of get some of this set up and running?
So the first thing we speak to our clients around is the understanding the zero trust approach. So this is it's a framework that all major businesses, all major security firms are adopting. So this is a verify explicitly, use least privilege, and assume breach. Not everybody likes that one. They like to assume that they're fully protected at all times, but you have to assume that you are going to be breached, and what is the blast radius? What's the impact there? This is especially true in modern work environments. So the Microsoft tool set that you get out of the box are great. It gives you things like best practice approach. How do you compare to other businesses within your sector through the secure score, as well as any recommendations. Not only does it tell you what's bad, but it also tells you how to rectify that as well. So recommendations, if you make these changes here and there, it will increase your security posture. So Simy specifically, we offer two great things at the moment that customers are taking advantage of. That is a licensing workshop. So licensing workshops are great for customers who purchase those licenses but don't know what benefits they're getting out of those licenses. So we run through the license model. We speak to them about about what benefits they get. So things like the Defender for Business out of the box, that is great. You get a real good set of features there. E3, your major enterprise licensing. So that one, you get some great features out of the box, and you can buy your bolt-ons to add to that. As well as an E5. If you've got an E5, you get access to almost everything. So it's really good to take a look at the licensing, see where you're buying multiple products, and try and pull those benefits in, and get rid of having multiple vendors, not paying for the same thing twice basically. And then we offer health checks as well. So these are really good for the clients to understand what their security posture is, what's good and what's bad around their environments. So we go in there, we take a look, show you what's good. It's always nice to see what's going well, but we also show what's going bad and what are those remediation steps that need to take place to address those gaps there.
Great. And I've just got one final question for you, Sean. It'd be good if you could look to the future and maybe give us some clues about how Simy might develop its cybersecurity approach over the coming months.
Absolutely. So we are a Microsoft security partner. We have the designation there. So this allows us to run Microsoft-funded projects, which are really good ways, especially around the health check-in, really good ways to see if you're doing all right and measuring against Microsoft's best practice there. We offer two very easy to consume packages out of the box, Defender as a service and Sentinel as a service. So they allow us to onboard businesses fairly simply and painlessly for those Defender and Sentinel solutions. And our SOC is powered by Sentinel. So the SOC that we provide is powered by Sentinel, which is a best in breed tool set into a well-established SOC. We also have, we develop our staff and try and keep as modern approach as possible. So yes, we have our seasoned security veterans, but we also have things like university graduates, apprentices. They bring fresh ideas, modern ways of thinking, and it gets us away from this is how it's always been done, and keeps us thinking fresh and keeping in line with Microsoft and the rest of the security world.
Great. Well, Sean, it's been a fantastic talking to you. It's a really interesting topic, and I hope we can catch up in a few months and see how things have developed. But in the meantime, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and a share on social media, and we'll see you next time.